So it looks like the dogs are going to join us today. I guess I don't actually have PMS, more like MS, if MS wasn't already a horrible disease. Don't really have the uncomfortable situation of the period until it happens. But since the very beginning, had an aversion to it. Really just don't like it at all and want to reject it every time. And in the past couple of years, I've been working on embracing it. It's what's here. It's not going to go away yet. And it's just how it is. Sometimes you just have to accept what is. And for years, I've tried to reject it, and it never stops. It's your body doing what it does. This is just your body. Bodies are weird. Bodies are complicated, and they do a lot of really complex things. And you know what? I'm working on being grateful. I have a body that works. There's lots of parts that work, and just gonna embrace that. So let's start out in a comfortable seated position. If you want to, you can get a block or pillow to sit on to raise your hips above your feet, if that works for you. If not, you can sit just cross-legged on the floor, or you can bend your knees and sit on your heels, kind of like this with a straight back. Whatever works for you. But I think that these guys want to come and hang out. Why don't you sit, Yoshi? All right. So, thinking of the pelvic floor, the pelvic bowl, kind of like with the spine as like a mortar and pestle. The bowl is there, and your spine can kind of rotate around until it finds a point that is straight up and down and comfortable, where you can feel relaxed and sitting. And you can close your eyes. And if your dog scratches your belly when you do that, just, I don't know, what I'm going to do is ask him to sit too. Sit, Yoshi. Okay, so we're in a almost comfortable position. Okay. And close your eyes. And just take a moment to notice what is here right now. Maybe notice sensations in the body, pleasant or unpleasant, accepting that's how it is right now and that's what's here. We can start from the toes and just notice any sensations, any feeling of being alive, anything uncomfortable or comfortable. And from the toes, we can slowly work our way all the way up the legs, up the knee, to the knee, up to the hips. We can just notice what's going on in the hips and pelvic area and the lower abdomen, lower back. There could be a lot going on, and just notice it, and as best you can, accept this is here. This is what's going on right now. It's reality. And moving up the back, noticing the shoulders, the arms, the fingers and hands, the neck, and the head, and moving to the nose and the mouth. And now see if you can notice any sensations of the breath. You might feel a tickle on your nostrils with your inhale and exhale. You may be breathing through your mouth right now and noticing the air entering and exiting. And just noticing the breath. You might notice movement in the chest and in the belly, in the upper back. Just noticing. And from here, we're going to do a little bit of yogic breathing. So we're going to visualize the breath starting in the lower belly. And as we inhale, we visualize it moving up the body through the torso, filling up to the head, and then hold. And as you release, it's releasing from the head to the chest to the belly until you're empty and retain. Hold. Inhaling, filling up from the bottom, up, filling the lungs. The chest might puff out, and all the way up to the top of the head. Hold. Exhale, releasing the breath out through the chest, through the belly, and hold. And at your own pace, do that for about 3 or 4 more breaths. Briefly holding at the top, releasing out, holding at the bottom, and inhaling. And you can release control over your breath and just notice it move into its natural rhythm. You can blink your eyes open, and even if it doesn't feel the way you normally would, you might want to turn up the corners of your mouth into a slight smile. Sometimes it'll turn into a real one. So from here, we're in our sitting position. Can do some half moon shaped neck movements. So exhaling to your right, you can bend your head to the right, roll it forward. When you're in the center, you can inhale it up. Exhale, rolling around to the right, inhaling up. See if you can relax your shoulders and move with your breath. Exhaling down, inhaling up, and come to center. You can uncross your legs, or if you were sitting on your ankles, you can take them out. And let's bend our knees with the feet on the floor here. Can hold on to the knees, and we'll do a little bit of a seated version of cat-cow. So inhaling, curving the spine, leaning your head a little towards your knees. Exhale, you can even open your knees here and lift the gaze up. Inhale, you can close your knees, curve your spine, and stretch the back. And seated cow. Moving with your breath at your own pace. Exhaling. Inhaling. One more time. And from here, straighten your right leg. Keep your left foot inside of your thigh and hips square here for Jana Shirshasana. I always feel like I shushed that one a little too much, but it's a knee pose. Inhale, straighten and lift towards the sky, and exhale, hinging at the hips any amount, and releasing what you can here. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, releasing any amount. Inhale, lengthening. Exhaling, releasing. You can let go of that and sit back up and switch sides. You can straighten your left leg, bring your right foot into the left thigh, and inhale up to the sky, and exhale, fold. Each side might be different. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to release any amount. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, releasing. Inhale, lengthen, and release out. You can sit back up, bringing the feet together here, soles of the feet together, keeping the back pretty straight if possible. There's a couple of different variations of what you could do here. You could either inhale up and then exhale, folding at the hips, and just release everything. Or you can take a pillow, fold it up, and curve your back and just rest here. This feels good for me today. Give it a hug, give it a cuddle, feel cozy, and release your hips and your lower back with your breath, seeing what you can release and accepting what's here. You can, at your own pace, come back up to seated. If you're using a pillow, you can move it over. And from here, we're going to move on to cradle the baby. So let's straighten the right leg and can embrace your left. You can either hold it. If this feels good, you can move it up and down, side to side. If it feels good, you can put the foot into the crink of the elbow and just give your leg some love. This will help to loosen up the hips. And it feels, for me, pretty comforting. If there's nobody here to hug you, you can hug yourself. And sometimes that's just as good. And throughout my practice today, I'm just going to let my belly hang, not holding it in. It's going to be big and bloated and huge, and I love it that way today. That's how it is right now. Okay, you can straighten your leg, switch to the other side. Test the waters maybe, see how flexible you're feeling at the moment. If it feels good, go in for the embrace and just cradle the baby. Okay, and you can release here. Let's come back into a seated position. I'm going to use the block to sit on. And we'll do a breathing exercise. This one is called Anulom-Vilom, alternative nostril breathing. And it's said to balance the Ida and the Pingala, which are lines of energy that kind of cross up your body, and this is said to balance them and affecting like the nervous system and a lot of other things in the body. So you can kind of take your two peace fingers together and they will rest on the forehead above the nose, and you're going to use your thumb and your ring finger or pinky finger to take turns holding your nostrils closed. And we'll be breathing in, starting with the right side, in, and then switch nostrils, exhale out, inhale with the same side, switch holds, exhale out. And then in with the same side, switch, exhale, and then inhale. And we'll do that for a few rounds. So place your fingers above the nose and pretty much on close to the third eye area. Starting with your right side. Inhale, switch, exhale, inhale, switch, exhale, inhale, switch, exhale, inhale, switch, exhale, and continue at your own pace. On your next exhale on the left side, you can release control of the breath and lower your hands down and just close your eyes and take a moment to notice any sensations in your body that have been caused by this controlled breathing. Any vibrations or shifts in energy. Okay, you can open your eyes. And let's move on to all fours. So we'll come into tabletop position with a flat back and the crown of your head facing forward. And we'll do some actual cat-cows now. So inhaling, tipping the tailbone up and the big floppy belly down, chin up. Let it flop. And then exhale, head down, tailbone down, and back up. Inhale, cow with the big floppy belly. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. You can start to make some circles with your hips, going in one direction first. You can stop at any place that feels like it needs an extra stretch. And then reverse your circle the other direction. And that's just my knees and hips cracking. That's okay. If yours do that, that's also okay. Okay, from here we'll bring the feet together, knees out wide, and go into a wide leg child's pose. So just relaxing down and come up onto the fingers, walking the hands out to the left, and then relaxing into a side stretch. Noticing what the breath does with the body here. You might notice sensation in the side of your body or in the front of your body from your breath. Trying to relax any part of the hips that you can. And coming up on the fingers, walking them to the right side now. And relax. Noticing the breath affecting your stretch. What can be relaxed more here? And coming back up onto the fingers, you can walk them forward again. And if you have a pillow, it might be really nice to just tuck it in and relax for a moment on the pillow. If you'd like to take some really deep breaths and letting them out with a sigh, sometimes that feels really good. When you're ready, you can walk your hands close to your body. Remove the pillow and bring your legs close together here. Well, maybe hips distance. You can have your feet flexed, toes on the ground, and come up. We're going to do camel or your version of camel here. Not camel toe, or maybe camel toe, depending on your outfit you're wearing. We're talking about PMS today, it's okay. So from here, you might want to just have your hands on your lower back and push the hips forward as far as it feels okay. You can release your head back if that feels good. If you have done camel before and you like it, you can bring your hands to your heels, keeping your hips pushed forward and just stretching the front body and shining the heart open. Notice how the breathing affects your body here. And release your camel or camel toe and come back into your wide leg child's pose. And at your pace, you can come back into tabletop position. And we'll do a little bit of the thread the needle, so you can inhale your left hand, fingers towards the sky. Exhale, threading your hand through your other side, threading the needle. And you can straighten your right arm resting your left cheek on the floor. If it feels good, you can take that right arm and bring it around the back and kind of tuck it into your hip crease if that feels good. You can bring your hand back next to your body and inhale, lifting yourself up, inhaling the hand all the way up, and then bringing it back to the mat on the exhale. And inhaling the right arm all the way up. Exhale, threading the needle. Straightening the left arm with the right cheek on the mat, resting. You can take your left hand and tuck it back if that feels good, or you could keep it straight. And just breathing here. Releasing anything that feels clenched in the pelvic area, the belly, the jaw, the shoulders. Just noticing and releasing. You can bring your left hand back near your body and inhale, lifting and raising that right hand towards the sky. Exhaling the hand back to the floor. And from here, you can bring your hands a hand width forward, tucking the toes, and inhaling into a downward facing dog. Feel free to take a deep breath and release an audible sigh. Your hips are coming towards the ceiling, your belly is towards the spine but relaxed. Your upper arms are rotating from in to out. You can pedal the feet one at a time. Walking your dog. Or you can bend at the knees to straighten your upper back. And then coming back into a static position. And looking up at your hands, you can step your feet towards your hands. And move your feet a little more than hip width apart. And just hold on to the elbows here and relax. You can swing from side to side. Just feeling what this does to the back body. You can release your elbows and slowly, one vertebrae at a time, you can inhale into standing. Rolling the shoulders all the way up. And relax with an exhale. Inhaling the hands all the way up towards the sky. Exhaling, prayer position at the heart. And just close your eyes here for a moment. And see what kind of gratitude you can have for your body right now. And you can choose one or more parts of the body to say thank you to. It could be even the most challenging parts right now. That's who I'm going to thank. You can release your hands to your sides. Bring your feet a little closer together. Going back to the front. And inhaling, arms up. Exhale, hinge at the waist to a forward fold. Inhale, flat back position. And exhale, hands to the mat. You can, from here, just step your right foot back. And you can bring your knee to the floor to a low lunge position. I'm going to get my blocks now. Hold on. Because in this position, I like to have my heart shining out as much as possible. If you have a pillow, or you can roll up a blanket, if you don't have blocks, or a pair of shoes or something to hold on to. So we're in this low lunge, and just with your breath, you can make some gentle movements. Exhaling the legs straight. Inhaling it bent. Exhaling it straight. Inhaling. And from here you can, if you want to keep the blocks you can, or remove them. I'm going to remove them, and then just inch your foot a little bit to the left. And from here you can either place the hands on the floor and straighten your back leg a bit, flatten the top of your foot to the ground. You can either keep your hands like this, or you can use your blocks, or you can bring your hands onto your forearms here, on blocks, or onto the mat. For lizard, I'm going to go into blocks. And just notice how your breath affects your body in the lizard position. Keeping this left foot parallel to the side of the mat, and I have a tendency with my flat feet to spread it out, kind of coming off the mat, but that's not really the best alignment. And when you're ready, you can come back up onto your hands. Tuck that back toe down, all the toes in the back down. Lifting that back right leg up. And bring your left foot to meet the right. And switch. Lowering the left knee to the mat. You can use blocks if you want, or shoes, or whatever you got. And with the breath, flow here. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. With your own breath. And the next time you're up, you can bring your hands to the mat, straighten that back leg and come into your lizard. This side might be different than the other side, so see what works for you. And lower down into your lizard with your right foot parallel to the side of the mat. And breathe into the hips and the belly. When you're ready, you can come back up onto your hands. Bring your right leg to meet the left and step to meet your hands, keeping the feet at a little greater than a hip width and just resting in the forward fold with the arms holding on to opposite elbows. Swaying or static. And from here, you can release your arms and slowly on an inhale, one vertebrae at a time, you can rise up to standing with your hands reaching towards the sky. Exhaling your hands to the heart center. And just notice any sensations in the body now. Releasing the hands to the side. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling for a flat back. And exhale, stepping back into a downward facing dog. With the hips coming towards the sky, your navel towards your spine. And then you can bend your knees here and bring them back to the mat. And from here, we're going to move into a seated position. And then from here, you can lay down with bent knees. So bring your heels as close to your body as you can. And if you have blocks or a pillow, you can keep them handy. And once your heels are close to your body, you can raise the hips up, the chest up, and if you have blocks or a pillow for support, you can place them underneath your sacrum and just relax into your bridge, supported bridge. We'll do some yogic breathing here. Starting the breath at the bottom of your belly, inhaling all the way up your chest to your head and hold. Exhaling from the head to the chest to the belly and hold. If you'd like, you can also raise your arms with your breath. Hold and exhaling out. You can do this at your own pace for a few more breaths, and you might even want to have your eyes closed. Okay, and when you're ready, you can lift up and remove anything that you have underneath. Slowly, very carefully lower your back to the floor. And from here, we're going to do a reclined pigeon. You can take your left foot and put it on top of your right thigh, pushing your left knee away from the body a little bit. And from here, you can lift the right leg, and either with a straight leg or a bent leg, hold on to it and kind of cradle it towards your body. Give your leg a big hug. You can do a little rocking back and forth, side to side. And then come to a static position here. And then on your next exhale, you can swing the legs in the position they're in to the right side, keeping both of your shoulders on the floor, opening the arms up, and bringing the gaze to the left side. And relax in this twist. Just paying attention to the breath. You can bring your legs back to center and take your foot off of the leg and switch sides. Pushing the knee away from the body. You can hold on to your left leg here. Rocking if you like. Seeing what that feels like in your hips and in your legs and anywhere else. And then come to a static point. And gently support your leg. Hugging yourself pretty much. This is love. You can bring those legs in the position they're in all the way to the left. Right arm out and straight and looking over the right fingers. Relaxing into this twist. So my phone ran out of memory for the video and I had to delete a couple of things. So from your laying down position, from here you can bring your feet close to your body again and go back into your supported bridge, or if this is part of your practice, you can go into full wheel, which when I'm having cramps, it really feels good sometimes. So I'm just gonna Urkel it up and tuck in my shirt. Feet close to the body, hands flat under the shoulders, And you could either do supported bridge again, or you could do this. And just with the strength of your upper body, push up. And walking the feet in a little. You can even go on toes. Stretch the front body. So my phone ran out of memory again, and I just deleted a few more things. If you're still in your full wheel or your supported bridge pose, you can slowly, gently, one vertebrae at a time, release yourself all the way to the floor. And from here, you can bring your knees to your chest and give yourself a big hug. You can do a little bit of a rock and roll, side to side or front and back. Sometimes is a nice massage on the lower back. And from here, we'll just do a gentle twist, taking the knees together with the shoulders on the floor. Gently bring the knees to the right, looking over the left fingers and closing your eyes. And when you're ready, you can lift your knees back up and bring them to the left side. Looking over the right fingertips and then closing your eyes in this position. You can bring your legs back to center. And a little bit of a happy baby here, so you can hold on to the outside of your feet or your peace fingers on your toes or the inside of your feet, whatever feels good. And bring your legs out wide and slowly and gently rock. See what you can let go of. And if you're gonna just rip a big fart, go for it. Let that go too. Sometimes I do that when I'm doing yoga by myself and it just feels really good. I don't need to fart right now, but if you do, just do it. It's gonna feel great. Okay, and from here, you can release your feet down, and if you have a pillow, it would be awesome. You can put it down on the floor, bringing your feet together, and just resting here. Bringing your arms down to your sides, and closing your eyes. And I'll just do a quick body scan, and when I'm done, we can go into Shavasana. So I'm just going to mention parts of the body, and you can bring your awareness to them. The scalp, the forehead, both of the eyes, the eye sockets, the brain, the face, the jaw, the neck, where your shoulders meet your neck, the front of the chest, the back of the upper back, the arms, the hands, the belly, the ovaries, the hips, the uterus, the thighs, the knees, the ankles, and the feet. And And you can just let go of any kind of controlled breathing you were doing or any kind of thoughts. From here, if thoughts do come through, which they will, allow them and let them pass by like clouds in the sky. The same thing goes for sensations in the body or emotions. It's okay if they're here. You can even, in your mind, wave hello. Hello, aggression. You're here. That's okay. There, I see you just passing by. And the same thing goes for feelings in the body. You can say hello to any cramp feeling or uncomfortable feeling and just say hello, wave to it, and it will pass as well. And now just rest in Shavasana. Start to bring some more life into the fingers and toes and bring a little movement there. You can also start to bring some movement into the wrists and the ankles and the arms. And when you're ready, you can roll onto the right side of your body into a supported fetal position. And enjoy the security of that position. And when you can, Just come into a comfortable seated position. If you'd like, you can bring a block underneath you. And bring your hands to your heart in a prayer position with your eyes closed and your spine straight. And just for a moment, bring in some gratitude. Thank yourself for taking care of yourself today. You can thank your body for functioning. Even the more difficult parts, thank them. They're here. They're helping you be you. And I'm wishing you well. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me.